Hey everybody, this is Ozark Prepper 1. It's August the 18th, and I'm going to title today's video, Are you ready? Are you prepared? Do you think you're going to walk into the woods and survive because things are bad where you live? If you go to a location and you don't know anybody, and they don't know you, they're not going to open their arms and say, please come in here and take some of our stuff that we put back for our neighborhood and our people. You know, sure, there'll be people that are generous, and even myself, I wouldn't turn somebody away if they're hungry and have no choice. But a person also has to be cautious, because marauders with bad intent will send people to your home like that to appear that way. There will be people that will show up at your home, and they may use a woman or a child, and they will walk up and they will act like they're in desperate need, like they're hurting or they're sick. So you'll bring them in your home, and those people will be eyes for the tribe they came from. And those people will go back and tell them an inventory of what you have, at least what they see while they're in your home. I'm not saying that that's going to definitely happen in your situation or mine, but it's a possibility, and it's always something to keep in the back of your mind. You know, a lot of people have been killed and murdered, or murdered in this world because they were doing a good deed for someone else, when in reality they were being taken advantage of just so they could be robbed. And that's one thing to be ready for. The thing I would do, because a lot of people are late in the game and they think they're just going to, at the last minute, get what they need and everything's going to be fine. Well, first of all, you can have all the preps in the world, and if you don't have a relationship with the Creator, He can snap His finger and all your preps are gone, and all your life is gone. You can have a heart attack and drop dead. Are you prepared for that? That's one thing to think about. As far as food, you can grab some beans and rice, and you can replant some of the beans. So if you don't eat all your beans, you can put some back for planting, so you can grow some more later. Take this time to plant you some apple trees and some pear trees, plums, persimmon, anything you can eat. That is, it comes back every year. It's permaculture, because food will become scarce eventually. You know, we became a modernized agriculture society, to where all of our food comes from far away, from mechanized equipment, from paid workers, and it's been that way for a few hundred years now, really. But even, you go back to the 1920s and stuff, people had big gardens in the cities. Even in the cities, I'd say the people in the cities had bigger gardens than the people in the country do today. But Today, that's not the case. Really, nobody has gardens. People in the country don't either. Some do. Your old people do, and you're retired, and you're disabled people. Some of them do it. They'll grow things because they're bored, but it's not out of necessity. When it becomes out of necessity, it'll be a challenge, because it takes energy to produce energy. It takes human energy. You have to till the soil. You have to do the planting. You have to do the weeding, get the weeds out. You can't let the weeds take over. So I would consider putting back some now, so you don't have to have that on your mind when things start getting chaotic. And they will. It already is. Have you noticed the crime statistics in your neighborhood? There's criminals doing all kinds of things. Look at these criminals right here. Trespassing. Thinking they can just move up in here. But people will be breaking in more. And some people will be so angry because you have and they don't, that they will just vandalize your stuff. You have a car parked somewhere near the road, it'll have a busted window. And people will do that out of frustration. He has that and I don't. So they'll smash it. That's what happens in every downfall in every society. And us living here in the Whore of Babylon, or Mystery Babylon, whatever we are, not much is spoken about our place later on in the latter part of Revelations. So I prepare for things to get rough. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. If you've got family that's down and out, if you think there's possible they can wake them up. Don't just let things go because you don't get a second chance once you're gone to do that, or once they're gone. Some people are someone that's had a normal life and pretty successful and happy and good all the time, and then all of a sudden they get hit with this new normal that we have, where everybody sits around because they're either broke or their community is kind of locked down because of the stupid Democrats. Stupid Democrat liberal pieces of shit. People sit around like that long enough, that's never been in that situation, they get depressed and they can't handle it. You're people who have always been that way. To them, this is exciting. Believe it or not, it's exciting. I'm one of those people. To me, I find this to be exciting times. It's horrible, but exciting at the same time, because you never know what's going to come across your news feed. And see if it plays out like the book is written, which so far it has. So I urge every one of you people to vote with your conscience here coming in November. Vote all these communist people out. By communist, I mean Democrat. I normally wouldn't be a party picker, but it seems to me in the past 20 years, the parties have been taken over by certain people. And if America was so strongly against communism, like those Antifa fags are against fascism, they say, while they're actually projecting it, America would be rocking right now. You know, this country's was not built on communism. It was built on individual labor. You know, a person would build something up, and then after they did it, they would share it with their buddy. Nobody forced them to share it. Nobody forced them to pick a certain job. They picked the job that they went for, that they were good at. And that's why we excelled at it. That's why our products were better than the other people's products. Because we had people that enjoyed their job. They were paid good. And they took pride in their work because it's what they wanted to do. And they may have worked with their friends and their family. You know, everybody knows somebody that used to ride in a van with some other guys to go to work somewhere far away. And that used to be the highlight of some of their day, you know. They're joking around, going back and forth from work. Those days are gone. And we're about to have a reset. Now, if you're an atheist or some other religion, you don't believe the Bible, you know, that's on you. But if I were an atheist, and I have been, I would look at the scriptures in Revelations and the prophecies of what's to come and what has already happened recently. And if you notice, they're so accurate, it's hard to be an atheist after that. You know, it's hard to see something that was written thousands of years ago be highly accurate like that. You know, we're not talking about some star pattern. We're talking about actual events. Actual events on a human scale. Anyway, that's enough rambling for today. It's Tuesday. You guys all enjoy the rest of your week. I'll try to load this video. It'll probably take a month to load it up on this cheap-ass phone. So, you all have a good week. Ozark Prepper 1 out.